You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
We start with breaking news this morning. The Atlanta City Council approved funding for the Public Safety Training Center.
And that vote was the end of a marathon meeting lasting more than 16 hours. 11 Alive's Molly Oak is live this morning with reaction.
Now, a long night into the morning for folks here inside City Hall after that vote was met with an eruption of emotion. 11-4 approving the funding for the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. That was met with protesters chanting Cop City will never be built. This vote approves allocating $30 million in funds for continued construction and improvements to the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center, which continues to be met with a long-running protest movement calling it Cop City. Now, the training center will benefit both Atlanta Police and the Fire Department. I just spoke with protesters who are still here this morning, and they all say their fight isn't over.
They heard our voices and they laughed in our faces. They sat there and acted like it was no big deal. There's nothing funny about this situation. Even if you don't agree, you're not even humane enough to understand where we're coming from.
Protesters did say they plan to work with the 4 council members who did vote no. Now, right after that vote, police quickly moved in, asking protesters and media to step outside. That's why we're outside now. Now, the future of the Atlanta Public Training Center, now that construction starts in August with a finish line goal set for December of 2024. Guys.
All right, now things are starting to pick up, Molly. Thank you. Time now 6:49, continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news. Police have issued arrest warrants for a suspect in the death of a transgender woman.
Darius Mills is accused of killing 37-year-old Ashley Burton.
So she was found shot and killed at an apartment complex on Fairburn Road in April. Mills was being held for another crime when police secured the warrants for the arrest in the death of Burton. He is now facing several charges, including murder and armed robbery.
Rapper Young Thug's brother will spend 9 years in prison. It comes after his recent arrest early last month. You may remember Quantavious Greer entered a plea agreement in the YSL RICO case months ago. Greer was recently arrested on charges including possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The judge decided his probation should be revoked.
Police are investigating after 2 children nearly drowned. It happened at the estates of Johns Creek Apartments less than 24 hours ago. A witness noticed a 16-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy. They went underwater but didn't come back up. The little boy was resuscitated and is expected to make a full recovery. The teen girl was life-flighted to Scottish Rite Medical Center. No word on how she's doing this morning. Mercer University is facing a class action lawsuit after a data breach. 93,000 people claim the university failed to protect their information. The university says a data breach involved access to its computer network, and this resulted in information like social security and driver's license numbers being removed from its systems. But the university found no evidence that personal financial information was impacted. And that was a look at your top headlines.
Chesley, we've had some lightning, a little thunder in the early morning hours.
Yeah, all dissipated. It's all gone now. You see this cluster of thunderstorms up here to the north. It was very active, but now starting to fade to the south and starting to dissipate even before it got into, or at least around the perimeter there. And so even these clouds that you see over here toward the east, from Murrayville over to Athens, will start to break down and we'll get some sunshine here. Everywhere else, you're going to start off with some sunshine. It's going to be a decent start for you. We still have some lingering showers just south of Ranger down toward Pine Log. A few sprinkles left over in northern parts of Gwinnett County. You can see them over toward Winder as well into Burrow County, but that will continue to dissipate as well, which is good news for us there. Temperature-wise, we're in the 60s for the most part. Going to have some 70s in here as well. You got 63 degrees in Conyers, 67 degrees Stockbridge, Forest Park, you're the same. Looking at 59 degrees over into Noonan in the heart of Coweta County, 64 in Fayetteville, 63 degrees Powder Springs, Mapleton at 65, 62 degrees in Hiram over in Paulding County. Tucker, you're at 70 degrees starting off this morning. Atlanta, you're close in downtown, 69 degrees. Roswell the same at 69 as well. Thought you'd get a few raindrops up there, Roswell. You avoided that. 88 degrees will be our afternoon high temperature, so your what to wear forecast calls for the shorts and short sleeves if you can get away with it. Maybe even a cape. You know, play superhero in the backyard. That'll be nice. Look out for the showers, though. There'll be a 20% chance for an isolated shower, too. Most of us should stay on the dry side for today. Not a whole lot going on throughout the southeast. We had our cluster of thunderstorms now coming to an end, but more could pop up a little bit later on this afternoon. We got a little boundary here, a little weak boundary making its way down to the south. That could be the trigger for a few of those thunderstorms later on this afternoon as that continues to push down to the south. Notice the Storm Prediction Center has placed a level 1 threat, but mainly over toward the east of us, over into South Carolina. Carolina. We had it over our northern counties yesterday. Now it's over toward the east. Now, could it come back? Certainly it could. Something we'll watch out for. This light green shade means a general threat for thunderstorms for this afternoon. Not much in the way of severe weather at all expected right now, at least the way it looks right now. We are starting off with partly sunny skies. We'll hold on to that as we head through early afternoon. After 1 or 2 o'clock is when we can see some of these isolated showers begin to pop up. Some embedded thunderstorms will be in a few of those, and that's where you could experience that very heavy rain. It'll be brief, but very heavy rain. Some frequent lightning could be associated with it, and perhaps a hailstone or two. Certainly possible, so we'll be on the lookout. Tomorrow, the same. I'm going to give it a 10 to 20% chance for the rain for your Wednesday. Near 80, or near 90 for the high temperature, and then we'll start to cool it down a little bit as we head into the weekend. 85 on Friday, very, very nice. My pick for the week. We'll start the weekend off the same way on Saturday, and then by late Sunday going into Monday is when the rain will return.
Hours from now, MARTA is holding a virtual public meeting to hear feedback on a new project to help you get around Metro Atlanta with less hassle. 11 Alive's Ariana Manise has more for us. Ariana, so how's this new project going to make using MARTA easier for everybody?
Well, Cheryl, it's a new transit line that MARTA says will cut down on wait times. It's called ART, which stands for Arterial Rapid Transit. It's expected to have shorter wait times and get riders throughout the metro a lot quicker. Now, there will be 2 planned ART routes. The Candler Road line will connect South DeKalb County to Atlanta, Decatur, and MARTA's rail system. The second will run along Buford Highway between the Dorville and Lindbergh stations. Now, this project will also create queue jump lines for buses to go around cars on the road using traffic signal priority. This new project also includes upgraded bus stops, which will be new shelters, real-time kiosks that will update route plans, as well as allowing riders to pay in advance. Now, the public, you have your chance to put your input in MARTA's public input meeting, one taking place today and another on Thursday via Zoom. Back to you.
Ariana, thanks a lot. If you are a fan of fresh Georgia peaches, you might be out of luck this season. The peach state has lost more than 90% of its crop, a big hit to farmers and the state economy. On a typical year, Georgia produces over 130 million pounds of peaches. In 2021, the crop was valued at nearly $85 million, according to the University of Georgia Extension. Crops like peaches require a certain number of chill hours. Those are hours ranging between 32 and 45 degrees. This year, the state didn't have enough cold hours for many varieties.
The chef just named Best in the Southeast is right in Decatur. This is a huge win in what is known as the Oscars of the food world. Chef Terry Cavall owns Deer and Dove on Sycamore Street in Decatur, just off of Church Street. Cavall won James Beard Award for the best chef in the Southeast. He beat other chefs in Georgia, the Carolinas, Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia. Cavall and his wife Jen, they opened Deer and Dove back in 2019. They have been featured on Food Network shows like Chopped and Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. So good luck getting a reservation there now, right? Well, it is a heartwarming update to a story we first brought you yesterday morning. We told you about a local mom of 8 whose daughter is battling kidney failure. Our 11 Alive viewers, all of you out there, you have helped raise more than $42,000 for this family. Yvonne Sledge's daughter, Jador, was diagnosed in 2020, and now the 11-year-old needs a new kidney. She had to have both organs removed. Yvonne and her children have been staying at a hotel for the past year because the medical bills just became too much to keep up with. If anyone is interested in seeing if they're a match for Jador, all you can do is log on to the Emory's Living Donor Registry. You can find that link under this story on 11alive.com.
It will be another warm afternoon for us. We're looking at temperatures hitting 83 degrees by noon. A little westerly breeze at about 10 miles per hour or less for today. Going to go up to 88 for an afternoon high. It's after 1 o'clock that we can see some isolated showers around, and they will be with us through our evening commute as well. We'll give it a 20% chance. 85 degrees will be a temperature by 6.
Warm up those vocal cords. We're looking for the best singers in Metro Atlanta to sing the national anthem at the start line for the AJC Peachtree Road Race on July 4th or the Peachtree Junior on July 3rd for singers ages 10 to 14. Email us a video of you singing the anthem to the contest at 11alive.com. Email by noon on Thursday. More details on 11alive.com.
Maybe a quartet?
Ooh, we can do it.
I thought you were going to warm up.
She can do it. She's a good singer. Have a great day, everybody.